Sarah's 16 years old, and 2 weeks ago she had a transfemoral amputation to remove a tumor in her left leg. The cancer has spread to her lungs, so she's a little bit deconditioned and weak from the therapy. She had her tibia, fibula, and part of her femur removed, so she's about 7 inches of femur left. Because her surgery was so recent, she's in the max phase of recovery, and Sarah hopes to get a prosthetic limb once her leg heals. So we have a couple of goals that we're working on with her. The first one being independent with her ambulation. So we're hoping that in 2 weeks she'll be able to go up and down stairs with her crutches, so that she can get around school and also around her house. And our second goal is a positioning goal. It is to have Sarah abide by her precautions, so that she'll lie on her stomach 3 times a day for 15 minutes, and that she'll be doing that consistently in 2 weeks. Hi Sarah, my name is Julia. I'm a student physical therapist assistant from South University. Is it okay if I work with you today?
Yeah.
Alright, so how is your leg feeling since the surgery?
It's feeling okay. It's definitely been feeling worse each day since my surgery.
And what is your pain level like right now?
I'd say a 5 out of 10.
Okay, and what's the type of pain that you're having?
Like a dull throbbing sensation, but it's very sensitive.
Okay, well it makes sense. Your leg is still healing, so it's just going to take time for that to feel better. So what we're going to do today is we're going to try to get your leg moving, try to see if we can decrease some of the pain that you're having. So we're going to be doing some exercises and some activities to work on that. So I just want to tell you we're not going to do any sort of exercise that's contraindicated. I'm sure the surgeon probably told you you don't want to do anything that you're laying on the leg right now, and we don't want to do anything with any type of resistance or resistance bands or anything right now.
Okay.
So what we're going to be doing first is doing some range of motion. So I'm going to check the range of motion of your hip. We're going to do a muscle test to test the strength of one of the muscles on the side of your leg. And then we're going to be doing a measurement around the width of your leg just to make sure that it's healing properly. Does that sound okay? And I'm also going to teach you how to rewrap your leg and then give you some educational material as well as a home exercise plan that you can do at home. Are you ready to get started?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. All right, Sarah, so now we're going to take some measurements. I went ahead and cleaned the mat for you. And I'm just going to put some hand sanitizer on here. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is check the strength of the muscle on the side of your leg. You have abductor. So if you could first go ahead and lift your leg up. Okay, you can bring it back down. Very good. Okay, so I'm going to apply a little bit of resistance. Can you go ahead and lift your leg up again? All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Good. Back down. All right, so your grade is a 4 out of 5 just because you have a shorter lever arm on your leg. So now what we're going to do is you're going to lay on your stomach for me. And I'm going to take a measurement for your hip extension. So that's how far you can extend your leg. So can you go ahead and lift your leg up for me? Good. All right. So bring it back down. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. Good. All right. So now I'm going to find your greater trochanter. Good. All right. And I'm going to put my goniometer fulcrum on that. Point the fixed arm to bisect your thorax. And can you go ahead and lift your leg up for me? Good. All right. I'm going to bisect your leg with this. And we are at 12 degrees of hip extension, which is normal. So very good. All right, Sarah. So we are first going to take some measurements of your leg just to see how it's healing. Make sure the swelling from after your surgery is going down. So what we're going to do first is we are going to mark your leg at 8-centimeter intervals, and then we're going to measure around it. Okay, so we're going to start up here and find your greater trochanter, and then we'll mark here. And then 8 centimeters from that. And then 8 centimeters. Alright. So now we're going to measure around your leg. first measurement is 65. Our second measurement is 62. And our third measurement is 55. Alright, so we'll document that. Alright, Sarah, so we're going to do some exercises now. We're going to work on the strength of both your sound leg and your residual limb. So the first exercise we're going to be doing is a sit-to-stand exercise to work on strengthening your sound leg, as well as being able to get in and out of chairs, that type of thing, which is a very functional thing to do. So what you're going to do first is you're going to plant your foot, you're going to cross your arms over your chest, and you're going to lean forward, and then you're going to rise up to standing, trying not to use your hands. Good. And then once you're to the top, you're going to slowly lower back down, trying not to plop in your seat. All right, you got it? All right, so I'll come right here and help you a little bit if you need it. Ready? So you're going to lean forward and up, stand tall, good. And then come back down. Nice, no plopping, good. Let's do one more. Go up, stand, good. And then you're going to slowly lower back down. Very good. So we're just going to do those two for now for time reasons, but you would do 10 times 3 sets. Do you have any questions about that? Okay, so the next exercise we're going to do is a standing hip four-way is what it's called. So I'll show you here, so you can use the chair for support, and you're going to first bring your leg, you're going to do your residual limb, you're going to stand on your sound leg, and you're going to bring your leg in towards the middle, and then forward, and then out to the side, and then behind. And then when you want to do it again, you'll just come back to start and do that again. Do you have any questions about that? Feel okay with it? Okay, so I'll come here, and I'm going to help you to stand. Good, so try to stand up again, good. We're gonna do that, you ready? So you're gonna bring your leg in, so hold on to the table for support, good. Bring your leg in towards the middle, then forward, very nice, and then out to the side, good. And then kick it back, and then behind. Good, let's do one more time, in, good, and then forward, and then out to the side, and then behind, all right? And I'm gonna bring this chair back for you to sit down in. All right, so let's practice that lowering again. All right, so lower yourself down, back into the chair, give yourself a little break. Good, so we would do that, same as the last exercise, 10 times 3 sets of 10. You feel okay with that? Okay, so the last exercise we're gonna do is called bird dog. So you're gonna get on a table, and what we're working on is your core strength. So you're gonna use your residual limb and your right hand, and you're gonna reach them out. And then you're going to bring it back in, you rest your hand, good. Try not to put any weight on this knee, okay? You're going to use all the weight through your right leg. And then out, and then back. And you do that 10 times, 3 sets. Are you ready to try? All right, let's do it. All right, so go ahead and try to stand up again, good. All right, I'm going to put this out of the way. Good. Alright, so go ahead and get on your hands and your knees. Good. Alright. Very good. Alright. So you're going to do your right hand and your left leg. Ready? So out, and then back down. Good. And then out, and then back down. Good. And you can go ahead and take a rest so you can go ahead. And go ahead and get back into the seated position. Very good. Do you have any questions about that one? All right, so you would do that 10 times, 3 sets of 10. Hey Sarah, so for our functional activity, we're going to be working on going up and down stairs with crutches. I know you've been using your crutches to get around the house and at school, but I know your house and your school has crutches or has stairs as well, which has been very challenging to navigate. So I'm going to teach you how to go up and down stairs. So I'll show you first, and then I'll have you practice. Does that sound good? Yes. Okay. So to get started, what you're going to want to do is you want to make sure that you go upstairs that your foot first. Your foot up on the steps. Okay, makes sense? And on the way back down, you want your crutches to go first. So you do crutches, foot, crutches, foot, crutches, foot. Are you ready to try? All right. Feel okay about it? Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'll stand behind you as well. Alright, so when you're ready, stand up, we'll head over to the stairs. Alright, so you're going to do your foot crutches, good, you got it. Foot crutches, and then foot crutches, okay? So now we're going to turn around, we're going to come back down, you're going to do crutches first. So crutches, foot, crutches, foot, crutches. Very good. Okay, now we'll head back to the chair. So give it a little rest before we start our next round. So we are going to be doing that. We will do a full set of stairs. So we do about 12 to 13 steps. We do that twice. Okay, for the purpose of this, we'll just do it up and down. Sound good? All right, Sarah, I'm going to teach you how to wrap your leg. I'm going to show you on this model here. What we're going to do is we're going to start in about the middle, and we're going to wrap the bottom of your leg first, and then when you're wrapping it, you want to make sure you wrap in a crisscross pattern. You want to make sure you're not wrapping around the leg in a circumferential type wrap, because that can cause uneven pressure. The crisscross will provide more even pressure for your leg, and you want a little bit more pressure at the bottom. And you're just going to keep crisscrossing it until you've covered all of your leg. And then when you finish it, you want to make sure that you secure it with a safety pin so it doesn't dig into your skin, and then make sure it's nice and smooth and has no wrinkles. Okay? All right, Sarah. So now we are going to talk a little bit about how to take care of your leg. We already talked about wrapping it. So now we're going to talk about checking the skin after you unwrap it. So you're going to just want to make sure that your skin is not red, or that it looks like it doesn't have any pressure marks on it, and you want to make sure that your sutures are healing. So, and then we're going to talk a little bit about positioning your leg. You want to make sure that when you're sitting, you don't put a pillow under your leg, because that can cause your hip to get stuck in a flex position. You also want to make sure that you don't lie on your leg when you're sleeping, or when you're resting. You want to make sure that you're always lying on the other leg. And when you are 3 times a day, you're going to want to lie on your stomach for 15 minutes. So I suggest doing it in the morning after you wake up, just lie on your stomach for 15 minutes, you can check your phone, and then after school, lie on your stomach again while you're resting for 15 minutes, and then at night, 15 minutes before going to sleep, you're going to want to lay on your stomach again. And that'll help keep your hip extension so that when you do get your prosthetic leg, you will be able to extend it back so that you can walk normally. Okay, so now we're going to go over, do you have any questions about that before we move on? Okay, so now we're going to go over your home exercise plan. So I'll show this to you, and I'll give that to you. And the first 2 exercises are the same ones that we already did. We did the standing hip 4-way, and then the sit to stand. So the third exercise I'm going to show you is a bridge, and you can do that in bed or on the floor, and that's just going to help work on the strength of the muscles on the side of your leg, your glutes and hamstrings, so just basically strengthen everything so that when you do get your prosthetic leg, everything will be stronger so that you can start working and walking with it, okay? So I'll show you here real fast. You're going to lay on your back, and you're going to plant your foot, and I like to keep my arms out to the side, and you're just going to lift your hips up and try to extend your hip as much as you can. So extend both, and then come back down. All right, and you're going to do that 10 times, and do 3 sets of 10, just like we did the other exercises. Do you have any questions about that? All right. All right, Sarah, so before we finish our treatment today, I just wanted to kind of briefly go over what we did today. I wanted to talk to you about the exercises so you understood what each of them are for. The sit to stand will help you get around school and at home, and also work on your balance. The standing hip 4-way helps strengthen all the hips, all the muscles around your hip. And the bird dog will help strengthen your core, which you'll need for balance in everything that you do. Do you kind of get what that's for? Do you have any questions? Okay. So now we went over, and after that we took some measurements, and then we went over some education. So I showed you how to rewrap your leg, how to check your skin, and how to position your leg in bed. Do you have any questions about any of those? No. All right, well, we're all finished. I'll see you next time, okay?